Hello, this is Clement Marx, the photographer. I'm redoing a video, second video from the first one. I don't know if you remember, but when we did the first video was for a campaign, a GoFund campaign, when we were asking for donations for refugees in Greece. So I recently got back to a trip from Greece on it was the 15th of August until the 25th for 10 days, where I went with your donations. Thank you very much. It helped out a great deal. We were able to assist some families. I went there with some independent volunteers from Australia. So I'm gonna introduce you to some families we helped out, and kind of just to let you know how we spent your money. First, before we get started, I just want to mention the Rahaz family, because this is why we started this campaign from my first trip when I met Rahaf and her family in the camp for the first time. I don't know if you remember, but Rahaf had an asthma condition, and we felt really bad for her condition. So that's basically why we started the campaign. But between the first trip and my second trip, it was great because the family ended up getting out of the camp. They were able to go further on into to their journey through Europe. So, and they ended up in at the Hungarian border, Serbia, Hungary. They were there for a couple months, and the girl Rahaf, the little girl, got much better. Her asthma got cleared up. The camps there were open air, so it was much better condition. So better overall. And the great news I received just recently was the family now made it all the way to Germany. So wonderful. That's about family of 7 children, and now they're safe, and they made it to their country of choice. So when I first went to Greece on the 15th, I think I got to the camp around a day later, and I ended up meeting a little boy with his family who was on the side. And this little boy is 8 years old, and his name is Mohammed. I went up to them for some reason, not sure why, and started asking questions and talking to them, and just found out that Mohammed had a lung infection because of the poor condition in the camp, and the Red Cross is on the spot, and they gave an examination to Mohammed, and they discovered that he had a hole in his heart. But unfortunately, the Red Cross doesn't assist refugees more than just a checkup. So anything that's more than that, like Mohammed, for example, who needed to go see a heart doctor, couldn't be assisted and was stuck in the camp. And unfortunately, his family ran out of money coming up to Greece and didn't have any money to take him to the hospital. And the hospital was about 20 minutes away from the camp in a car. So me and the independent volunteers ended up assisting Mohammed, and we took him to the hospital, and he was checked there by a doctor, and the doctor said that Mohammed needed to go see a heart specialist, that it was not urgent, but it was critical, and that it needed to be done within the next month or so. So part of that money I decided to use it to help out Mohammed, to pay for his hospital bills and doctor visit. So that's the first part. We spent a good part of the money on Mohammed. But it was great because when we got back to the camp, we were able to talk to UNHCR, and we pushed and were able to put Mohammed on the list to go see the doctor in Athens. And UNHCR will also cover some of the cost, because obviously this is going to be very expensive to see a specialist and potentially for an operation. And later on, when I got back from Greece, I was in touch with an organization that I was giving photos to, and I emailed all the cases that I found and that I met, and I emailed about Mohammed. And so this organization called Luck of Birth, you can go on their website, luckofbirth.org, is currently working on finding Mohammed and his family a home, an apartment in Greece to get out of the camp. So this is very great news. Then they had some money left over a little bit, so what I did was to assist many families that I met. One in particular where we really helped them out with food, because they were in another camp which was not run by the military, but which was quite on the outside and quite remoted, and there were basically no help on the spot, no organization except for Save the Children that comes in a few times a week to see how things are. But people were pretty much left in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of nature, with tents, and that was basically it. And they had to eat the food that they were giving about twice a day, but it was really bad basic food, and it was the same food every day, and people were getting really sick of it. So we assisted some families there. You can see the photos. We took them to the grocery store, and we spent a great deal of the money on food also. So I really want to thank you for all the donations. It was greatly appreciated. A lot of people were really touched. One of the mothers started to cry in the grocery store when we filled up the cart. So it was a very touching moment. The children were really excited and really happy. So this is basically it. It was, we still hope for the better. We hope for Europe to open up the borders, and we hope for these camps to get better while people are waiting. There are things that get better, but most of them are done by either the organizations or the refugees themselves. It was also really great to meet a couple young girls that take all the kids daily, and they do dancing class now in the camp. So these people are very motivated to make things better for themselves and want to keep forward. Thank you very much for making a difference, and thank you for trusting me in doing this work, and together we can make a change. Thank you. Bye. A thank you I want to add is to all the people that really worked hard on the campaign. I think you know who you are. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. So, of course, thank you to everybody who donated, but the special thanks to everybody who worked really hard towards this campaign. And thanks for making it happen.